Alright, this is part one. This is part one of my Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck showcase, so let's get started. Okay. So we got Spellbinding Circle, which negates an opponent's attack and binds it. Drag down into the grave, where you and your opponent select each card respectively to discard, and you each draw a new one. Got Cursor Dragon with 2,000 attack points. Then you have to sacrifice a monster to summon it. Pitch Black Warwolf, where your opponent cannot activate a trap during the battle phase. Mad Dog of Darkness, 1,900 attack points. Card Destruction, which you have to discard your entire hand or redraw. Shard of Greed, which if you have it still in play and it gains two or more greed counters, you can discard it to the graveyard and draw two cards. Now the god cards I'll be going into more detail. The Winged Dragon of Ra, which sacrifice 3 monsters to summon it, and his attack and defense points is determined by the attack points of the 3 monsters you sacrifice. Also, you can sacrifice 4 monsters from your field to increase the Winged Dragon of Ra's power. Next guy, Infernity Beast, which if you have no cards in your hand and you attack during the battle phase, your opponent cannot activate any spells or traps. Got Tiger Dragon, which if you summon this by sacrificing a dragon type monster, you can destroy up to 2 face down spell or traps on your opponent's field. Got Monster Reborn, which you can special summon 1 monster from your opponent, from either yours or your opponent's graveyard. Got X-Head Cannon, which can be used to summon one of the XYZ fusion monsters, but you need 2 other cards with it. Next, got another Egyptian god card, Slifer the Sky Dragon, which its attack points are equal to the amount of cards in your hand multiplied by 1,000. Also, Slifer can knock 2,000 points off of your opponent's monster from whichever mode it's in. And if its attack or defense points is below 2,000, then Slifer automatically destroys it. Next, got Blade Knight, and I'll be going over just 2 more cards before we get into part 2. But Blade Knight, if you have 2 or more if you have 1 or less cards in your hand, Blade Knight gains 400 attack points. Got Heartbeast Feather Duster, which destroys every spell and trap card on your opponent's field. And last but not least, before we get into part 2, Call of the Haunted, which allows you to special summon a monster from your graveyard into attack mode. Alright, see you in part 2, which will be coming very shortly.